88.5 JFM is WJIA Guntersville.
Online at 885jfm.com.
And welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. So I've been looking forward to this day for a while. You know why? I've got somebody pretty cool joining me here on the radio and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter all at the same time. We're going to have a blast this morning. Yeah, so yesterday I was watching TV. I was over at my mother-in-law's and she was watching a little news and I noticed this commercial came on. And I'm like, hey, I know that commercial. Yeah, I've eaten their food before. Jack's. Really good stuff, right? Well, I found out that a friend of mine just happens to be up on there. I saw his face. I'm freaking out. I'm like, well, hold on a second. I know that guy. And it was none other than the Matt Mitchell. And guess what? I got him with me today here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Good morning to you, Matt. How are you, sir?
Good morning. You got me really wanting Jack's for breakfast now.
I beat you to it, man. I've already had mine. Yeah, good stuff. 2 biscuits.
Yeah, just sit tight. I'll be back in 20 minutes. Let me just go get a biscuit.
Right. How did that come about? How did you get on the Jack's commercial, man?
Oh, wow. Well, I've been doing some stuff with them for a little while. For about 2 years, 3 years maybe, I was a judge for their annual biscuit bake-off where they take... I think it's like 6 of the top biscuit makers, different regions of their stores.
Yeah.
And they bring them into headquarters in Homewood, and they do a little biscuit bake-off. And was fortunate enough to come judge that contest, which is that's the toughest job I ever have to do, right there.
Of course.
And I'm joking, but also not joking because like they're like 6 beautiful-looking biscuits, and you're talking about like, you know, which one of these is just a little bit higher than the other one or a little bit more golden, and they're all delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing that for them, and then just some other stuff, random jokes on social media, I guess, got their attention over the years, and then they just approached me about doing this commercial.
Yeah.
And I was all about it. You just want me to sit on a porch and eat a cheeseburger, I can do that all day.
It doesn't get much more southern
than
than
that. All day, actually. They just put a camera on me. So
I think you're sitting in a rocking chair too, weren't you? That was just even more southern.
Oh yeah. Well, it was very hard not to rock too, just to get real comfortable
right.
You know, and not fall asleep sitting there rocking back and forth with the full belly because I ate about like 6 cheeseburgers.
I was wondering how many it took.
Well, they always bring me like a spit bucket. They're like, all right, so if you want to like, you know, take a bite and then spit it out. And I was like, no, you know what? I got to maintain this figure. I commit to the bit. I'm going to eat this whole burger.
Right. I love it, man. Well, it was really cool seeing you on there. And we talked about this earlier. They did a little filtering. I didn't see one gray hair in your beard. I don't know what they did. They got a filter for everything, dude.
I don't remember. You mentioned that. I got to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
They had to have taken it out in post-production because I don't remember them doing any makeup on the beard the day of. Now, they did, we shot a TV pilot last summer, and they did apply, like, black makeup to my beard. And it made me look, you know, actually 30-something and not 50-something like people usually think I am.
Right.
So I need to... You've inspired me. I think I need to dye my beard.
I've been toying with that idea for a while myself, but I don't know if the Just for Men will do it justice. I think it might look fake. So I'm getting more and more like you. I think I'm just going to rock it. Just let it go gray.
Yeah, I'm afraid that if I did the box stuff, I would mess it up, and it would just be something terrible would happen. And I can't shave this off because I don't know. I've had something grow in here for like over 15 years now, so I don't know what's underneath here.
Yeah.
Multiple chins, I know that.
Remember back in the 90s, beach blonde was the way to go. And I was telling my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, I said, hey, can we try this on my hair? So we got it, and we tried one box, and it didn't work. It didn't quite get it to the shade that I wanted. So I'm like, hey, it didn't work the first time. Let's do it again. My hair turned like a Garfield orange.
Yeah.
And I owned it, man. I didn't cut it. I let it grow out. I even slicked it back. I remember working my job and even going to college with this orange hair. I'm so glad it finally grew out. But there are pictures to corroborate the story. So
when you said blonde of the 90s, that's the color I thought of because everybody ended up with that color.
Yes.
Nobody actually got blonde. They got Garfield orange, or I smoke 2 packs a day, and this is what color everything around me is turned.
Yeah, I got you. And usually if it's the 2 packs, you start sounding like this, you know?
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. Well, hey, now let's jump into something else. I noticed that really fits this radio station well, because we're all about contemporary Christian music. And there was some inspiration that happened. I saw you on a video talking about how your daughter said, "Daddy, we need to go to church because I want to tell them about Kermit." And you're like, I loved that. So that kind of inspired you to do a little something extra. Tell us how all that happened.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting, I took y'all through the thought process of some of the random stuff I make. So yeah, I ended up with this stuffed Kermit that we needed for a video for It's a Southern Thing. It arrived in the mail a little late, so I just had it. So I just gave it to my daughter, Charlotte. She's about to be 4.
Yeah.
She loves it. And then just randomly said one day, we need to go to church so we can tell them about Kermit. And then I got to thinking about, would Kermit like our church? It's a very small Baptist church out in the woods. I think he would. I think he'd fit in, but I kind of pictured him more as a Church of Christ kind of guy. Yeah. And then it got me thinking about, well, there's a ton of Muppets. What denomination would they be? Because their characteristics and demeanor are so different. So I ran through a list there of as many as I could come up with on the fly. Yeah. And that just, it was pretty well received. I'll be honest. Usually when you do religious stuff like that, it can get a little tricky. There's a very fine line you have to walk on there. Yeah. And, and I think people realize I'm not making fun of anybody. We're just, just having fun. Yeah. And I think most people realize that, but it was pretty funny.
I'm loving it. So you got Kermit as Church of Christ, loves his banjo, but will only play it outdoors. That made me laugh so hard. Oh, and then some kind of church plant at a craft brewery. You see those pop up from time to time. I know you were at the beach lately. Did you stop by the Floribama?
I did not. I've actually never been in the Floribama.
They have church services there on Sunday.
Oh, they got, I do a trivia every Thursday in Jasper. Yeah. At Tallulah Brewing, and they have they did at one point, they had a church that was meeting in there. Awesome. That's a pretty popular thing now. So.
Yeah, it is. And then you got Mormon represented. And then I'm telling you, man, this is really getting a lot of fun. I just kind of want to go through this second graphic because there are a couple of Southern Baptist deacons. Then I thought, oh, that fits so well. Oh. And I know you've got quite a few comments. I was going through the comments on these posts, and one lady said, we have deacons at our church just like that. But they're the two old guys who are always talking smack. Southern Baptist deacons once ran off a pastor for calling the annual fall festival a Halloween party. Yeah.
Big no-no.
Yeah,
at least in the Baptist church, you don't do that.
You don't use the word Halloween.
We don't celebrate Halloween.
That's right.
We do everything just like everyone else that's celebrating Halloween. Yep. We just call it something like Fall Festival. I don't know why. Yeah.
You got the Eagle as one of those cowboy churches, and Miss Piggy, a mega church with a verb for a name. Wow. that hits, man.
There was some great and some great suggestions for what that verb would be. Rise. They probably already all exist, but they do. We all know at least one church, regardless of where we live, that is exactly like that.
Yeah. And then you got Fonzie's, the Methodist church, treats the monthly potluck like an open mic. And we all have somebody like that in our church. I love it, man.
And that's very Baptist. I mean, Methodist and Baptist are pretty similar in a lot of ways. I feel like he could end up at a Baptist church one day. If the jokes get bad enough and enough tomatoes are thrown, he'll probably go visit the First Baptist Church.
And if there's fried chicken, he's probably at a Baptist church because they're famous for their fried chicken.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You got Pentecostal down here with the Swedish chef. Oh my gosh. And definitely Calvinist going here. So I'm loving it, man. It's funny because there are all kinds of people that make up the big C church, but there's all kinds of small C churches that do that. And I love how each one has like a different strength. And I think you got it right on the head here, man.
Yeah, well, I've spent a lot of time around a bunch of different denominations. I went to like a Christian school growing up from like kindergarten through like graduating, and then University of Mobile, then Liberty for my master's degree. So I have just been around it my entire life, and have seen all of these people and work with them or went to school with them or something. So, I'm just glad people, for the most part, were able to laugh at it and not take it too seriously. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you can argue till you're blue in the face about this stuff, but that's not, whose mind you going to change on the internet?
Right.
Stop arguing.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Have fun. Today, for just once, have fun, please.
That's right. That's right. So, man, you are so busy. I know you've got like a million things going on. I thank you so much for carving out some time for us. So tell us what you got coming down the pike.
Ooh, well, the first really big thing that's coming up, we have, like I mentioned a second ago, that TV pilot we shot last summer, Broken News for It's a Southern Thing. That one went out. It was a crowdfunded thing, so those backers for that were able to watch the episode last year. Now we're about to release it to the public for everybody to see. That will go out next week on Tuesday, on the 21st, on our YouTube page. Just Google It's a Southern Thing.
Yeah.
That'll come up at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, like the same time and day that our sketches normally would. We've broken it down into 3 episodes. So the first one will come out on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, you'll get part 2 or episode 2. And then 2 days after that, on Saturday, you'll get the next episode, the last one. Go out.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for people to see that one. Hopefully the response is great. We had a lot of fun making it. It took a ton of people. You know, normally when we shoot sketches, there's like 4 or 5 of us. For that thing, you know, there was like 30. So
wow.
It was intense. It was a ton of fun, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. And that'll be next Tuesday at 4 on YouTube.
Cool. So that's 3 episodes?
3 episodes. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, it's technically one TV pilot.
Right.
We broke it down into a webisode for the internet because attention spans are short on here. You
I
gotta
got
really.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, people are used to a minute TikToks now, so we're really asking people to really buckle in for 12 minutes for us, if they can.
That's good stuff. So, are there plans if this really takes off to produce more of these or what?
Yeah, if they can, they're shopping it around. If we can get a buyer for it, wherever that might be, the streaming service or network TV, whatever it is, we'll take it. But it's in that process now, and now it's just the waiting game.
So tell us a little bit about the struggle with content creation, because with you on all these different social media platforms, you've got to be coming up with stuff all the time. How stressful can that be? How do you balance life and work at the same time with all this, all these demands, really?
It is, it's tough. And I don't like complaining about it. I don't even, because nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear the guy that eats biscuits on the internet for a living complain about his job. So I don't ever do that. But it is stressful sometimes. Mostly time is the issue. Trying to balance everything at once. Wanting to spend time with your family and do stuff like that. But then also, like, I haven't made anything all week. I need to make something for my own page, or I've got these videos we need to do for It's a Southern Thing. So balancing it all out. The big problem with me for idea creation is writing it down. I'll come up with some great ideas and then they'll just vanish because I didn't put them down on paper.
Yeah.
So what I did, I've done so many things to try to make that better. I've got like notebooks stashed all around the house. None of them are getting used for that. But that's the big thing for me too, is just remembering the dumb things I thought of so we can make them later.
I got you. Well, man, your dumb stuff you come up with, it turns out pretty funny. So keep it up. Yeah. Anything in particular, any new skit, any new topic you're going to be really tackling here soon in the coming day or so?
We've got a lot of things on It's Something that are in post or pre-production right now. We shot a Bless Your Rank last week. I'm pretty excited about where I'm ranking happy children's meals at fast food restaurants. I keep wanting to call them Happy Meals.
Right.
I guess that's a Southern thing. Like
it totally is.
Everything's a Happy Meal to Paw.
It's like everything's a Coke, no matter what it is. It's a Coke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we're shooting some more Things Southerners Say tomorrow. Things Southerners Say at Buc-ee's, and Things Southerners Say at a wedding. I've got to go to a Buc-ee's this afternoon and take some pictures.
Okay.
They don't know we'll be using that video. That's so it'll be a lot, and get some inspiration and some Buc-ee's nuggets.
I haven't tried the beaver nuggets yet, but I have tried, like, there's a hippo burrito.
Oh wow,
Thing
I've not
was
tried that.
amazing. They got like a rhino and a hippo. It's really good stuff. It's got like baked bean. It's got beans in it and all kinds of. It's really weird to eat for breakfast, but it's really good. But I've seen people try to pronounce Buc-ee's, and it's kind of fun when they come out saying, "Yeah, I'm going to Busey's." Like,
yeah,
Busey's? No. But it definitely is an experience, man. Thank you so much for carving out some time, and it's always fun to hear from you. I have to do this.
problem.
I have to do this a little more often.
Absolutely.
Right.
Maybe I'll try to have a little more caffeine first.
All right, sounds good, man. All right, then. Well, I will let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks again.
Thank you.
All right. All right, get you back to the music that you love. We the Kingdom dancing on the waves right now on the Lifeline Morning Show.